Okay, guys, welcome back. We're here. We have another video, and tonight we're going to be talking about the huge update that's going to be dropping tomorrow. Okay, I went through this on stream today. I've kind of familiarized myself with it, and now we're going to really take an analysis with it. Thank you guys all for the support on the channel. A lot of support in the videos yesterday. A lot of videos going up today. We'll have videos tomorrow, and then we got Team of the Year all weekend. So it's just, yeah, it's going to be crazy. We're going to have a lot of content. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying it. I kind of want to go over these. You guys seem to enjoy my takes on these patches. So we're going to go through and talk about it. And EA have tweeted out today, the reason I want to start on this scene is that they've said the FC25 gameplay refresh update is releasing soon, our most significant mid-season gameplay update ever. Okay? And the major label that they are claiming is that this is based on community feedback. So we're going to go through all this today. Let me know your guys' thoughts. You know, is this type of patch enough to get you back to try out FC25? I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be returning no matter what for Team of the Year, but a lot of people these days with the recent FCs kind of just play it really casually, because mainly, to be honest, it can be at times very, very hard and annoying to play. So let's see what, this is all about. We're going to go through it with you guys, and we're going to break things down that I like and not like. I will tell you this before we get any further into this video. This overall, just on paper, is probably the best patch that I've seen all year. Obviously, it sucks that it took 5 months, but at least we've arrived, and we'll see if it makes a difference. There's a lot of interesting stuff in this patch. So what they've gone through and said is that there's major updates to core gameplay systems like passing, shooting, goalkeeping, and defending. There's more offensively fluid gameplay, enabling you to move the ball easier. There's reduced tacklebacks and AI interceptions. There's addressed issues like defenders catching up to dribblers too often. So yeah, that's the first one, okay? So the first major update that tomorrow we should be seeing when we go on this game is that attackers controlling the ball are naturally slower than when they're at full sprint without the ball, but we've seen that defenders can sometimes catch fast-moving ball carriers too quickly, which, if you've played FC25, this is just beyond true. I mean, you literally, even with the quick step plus playstyle and 90-plus pace, you maybe at that point could beat somebody in a sprint for like 10 yards, and by that point, you're getting caught up to, and that is my huge problem with this game. It's too easy to defend because you literally can't get outran. So you don't even mentally have to think about positioning yourself in a way where you could just run around like a freaking headless chicken idiot, right? Just run at your defenders everywhere because you're not going to get in trouble for it. So this is interesting. In practice, that means that it will now be harder for slower defenders to catch up to faster attackers in FC25. It should have always been this way. But look, if you look here, this is the example, right, of what happens. And then if you look at the next example, this is what it will now look like, right? And as you can see, it's much harder, right? In the previous example, the player catches up in a 10-second sprint. Now it's going to be pretty much in a 10-meter sprint. Now it's going to take a very long time for them to catch up. So this is good. What we will probably see based off this patch is players with high pace, players with a quick step and the rapid play styles probably going up in price, right? And honestly, the one concern I have with that, and you guys say, well, hey, why are you complaining? That's a change that's good. That is a good change. My one concern is that we do have a very overpowered formation right now, the 4-2-1-3. And, it's so overpowered to the point that you can just defend with 7 and counter with 4 every single time right away. So my worry is that if EA don't take care of that formation, is that formation just going to be even more god tier, right? You play the ball to the cam, you have 2 wide players on 1v1s and a striker all making runs in behind, and pace actually matters now. Is that going to cause for a little bit more of a problem? We will have to see tomorrow with the patch. A little worried about that, but overall, it's a good update. I think that has been needed for so long. We'll see if EA actually make that come true, but based on those visuals, it looks better. It does look like it's not a slight increase. It looks like a 20% increase. Like, it does look a lot better. So we will see. And hopefully it's refreshing, man, to be able to get open workspace and be able to just run into space. Having to literally cut back all the time and then go side to side to just get open is such a headache. Okay, next up, right? We're making this short, concise as can be. More fluid offensive positioning and better attacking support. We've seen your feedback about the balance between how effective attacking and defending feels. And yes, the whole community says, look, this game is too easy to defend. Attacking is not good enough. So they've made some changes to make it more effective and fun. Okay, they're going to make it more fun too. Okay, so what do we have here? Improved AI teammate attacking run quality when trying to beat the offside line. AI teammates can now better hold their runs when near the line and get back onside more quickly, okay? Increased intelligence of attacking and supporting runs made by AI teammates, improved effectiveness of inside and advanced forwards. They can move farther up the pitch. They can better evaluate when to run into space or occupy a position. Offensive players can now operate in attacking spaces near other attackers instead of stopping their runs. Players are now able to provide quicker support when they are familiar with their role. To clarify that last point, this does not mean that you will see someone like a CDM all of a sudden becoming a striker. It means that roles are simply faster performing support tasks, like in making themselves more open to receive a pass or making a run. And look, this is the example that they give. This example, I guess, has a wide player, and obviously the cam is making some really dumb run, and then the right wing makes a run that's just, obviously, pretty much way too late. So that's the example. And then now you can see the cam is going to just continue running into the space to give an option, and the wide player is kind of creating space out wide and then makes an inside run. So look, it looks a little better. That one for me is nothing crazy. But, so far, so good. Reducing tacklebacks. This is huge. We don't need to read too much here. The one thing you got to know is that the players that anticipate playstyle are going to be better at tackling the ball now. And it seems like they're improving the touch of when you tackle the ball, how it's going to look. So that's before ball goes randomly out of bounds, right? I hate that. Hopefully this actually works and it's not just one example, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for. Whether or not that happens, we will see. We will see. But that is promising for sure. In addition, we're addressing two issues that could have been resulted. In some cases, the ball carrier could have unintentionally stumbled forward. In some cases, the defender could have stumbled when running. So we'll see. There's a lot of that this year. All right. This is where this one, look, I understand there is the community of people that hate the near post shot. Okay? I understand you guys. I hear you. And at this angle, I don't disagree that it is stupid. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. This is the near post shot currently. You can see the keeper does like a little stutter step and it's open. My issue with this is I'm going to show you guys this scenario right here. Okay? EA in the old FIFAs, this was a sweaty every time. Easy sweaty. Driven pass. You double tap the pass. They've made this pass so hard to make that it's either inaccurate or it just somehow gravitates to the center back because of a play style. So what I would want to see from this, yes, EA, if you want to get rid of this shooting mechanic, that is fine. And now you guys can see, look, this is how it's going to be after this patch with the goalkeeper, right? I personally am not a fan of them increasing goalkeepers because I personally already feel like goalkeepers are so overpowered. So now at this near post angle, I still looking at this angle, right? And you can see, obviously, the angle is not the best well-worked angle. I don't think the far post is going to work. The near post is no longer going to work. So what needs to work now is that the attacking AI is good enough that we can just center the ball for a sweaty. Hopefully that's what works because we don't want to see this game get to a scenario now where you get into this position and it's literally just wasted space. Like there's nothing you can do. The only thing you can do in this position is then, do obviously a very FIFA FC mechanic, which is like do a skill, cut back, and then, just cut back and play it up here and then have to do some 1v1 Mortal Kombat to score. We want to have more football plays on this game. Very realistic to have a runner running with the winger and look for the tap in. Hopefully we can see that. I'm not against them patching things like this near post shot because it's just it's stupid because obviously right now the keeper does this like stutter step and moves over and leaves it open. So unless you're moving your keeper to protect it, you're going to get scored on. And also at the same point, now that this is patched, it's probably going to be too hard to score across goal because the angle's not good enough. So hopefully this pass can be more viable. We will see. We will see. And they also say, just generally, goalkeepers will now position themselves slightly closer to the near post. So maybe far post is going to get a little better. We will see. Okay, faster passing, balance changes, and issues addressed. We want a FC25 to reward intelligent and quick thinking passing plays. So to that end, we are introducing the following combination of changes. Okay, slightly increased speed of normal ground passes. Okay, so passing is going to be a little better on the ground. But is it going to be a ton? Slightly. Okay? Slightly increase the accuracy of short ground passes. Slightly increase effectiveness of semi-assisted through passes. So all in all, a slight passing increase. Okay? They significantly reduced effectiveness of first-time lofted through passes. They significantly increased effectiveness of semi-assisted through passes and moderately reduced accuracy of headed passes. Okay? Low-power ground passes will sometimes be delivered to farther players than intended. That's true. I just switched my passing settings to like an assisted passing setting. a semi-assisted pass setting. I may go back now to test this out tomorrow. This is one of the best changes of the patch. Now, if you guys watched my other video like 2 weeks ago, I was saying huge patches inbound, and I thought it was going to take a month. So EA have surprised me. They're doing this patch before Team of the Year. Looks like they want to make a good gameplay change and get people on the game. There is no denying that this is definitely the least played FC overall gameplay-wise and FIFA all time. People have literally stopped playing this game entirely, so EA knows they kind of, yes, they're the only game still that's, I guess, the real competitor, but they still do have the monopoly, but they starting to see their numbers go down, and this doesn't surprise me that they're actually moving on the timeline with this and trying to get this out, because Team of the Year is a huge time for them to capitalize on having players back on the game, and so they're going to want to keep those players. They don't want this game being this game where it's like, people come for 2 weeks and then leave for 3 months, right? Because they're going to make less money, right? At the end of the day, they want to sell packs to you guys. They want you guys to spend money. Look, with Title Update 8, we want players to feel empowered with their shooting. So what they have done is their increased accuracy and shot speed from inside the box for regular and finesse shots, and they slightly increased accuracy of low difficulty regular and finesse shots in the box. I love this change. I love this. This is amazing. The original leak was saying that finesse shot plus is going to get nerfed. Everybody hated that, right? Because it's one of the best ways to score in this game. And they also say, to clarify the second point, low difficulty shots refer to situations made up of many different factors, such as the shooter not being under pressure, the player's input being accurate and well-timed, and the shooter having a good quality angle towards the goal. So, generally, what I read from this, EA wants to make finishing better in the box, which is amazing, bro, because shooting finesse shots, shooting normal shots without using precision shooting is hell. All right, it's hell. So I wouldn't mind going back to all these assisted settings if EA actually make it better, but I've literally had to go to manual settings because the assisted is so bad. It's so all-time bad. So I like this a lot. I think this is a very good change. What they've also done is they slightly increased the impact of attributes on the accuracy of finesse shots taken by players without finesse shot or finesse shot plus. So they just felt like the gap between finesse and finesse plus and normal is too much. So they're going to make normal better as is. We've also addressed the following issue, addressed some instances where first-time shots were less responsive than intended, which is good because sometimes I shoot first-time shots, they take a touch, defensive AI gets back, I'm in trouble. Okay, we're doing very well. 11 minutes, we've gone through so much. As I said, guys, it's a very good patch. Like, I'm actually feeling very good about this, and I can't wait to try this out tomorrow because I'm hoping it feels like an entirely different game. Defensive positioning and behavior. We're also making the changes to the defensive side of the game to further encourage players to take direct control of their defensive efforts rather than relying on AI positioning. In competitive football Ultimate Team and online seasons rule set matches, AI defenders will mark dribblers less tightly and will be less likely to cover shooting lanes near the edge of the box. Further decreased how often AI players are able to make successful interceptions. Look, I like what I'm seeing here, man. They're making AI defenders worse, less tight with the marking, less cover shooting lanes. Means you got to move them, and players overall, better shooting, and players are going to be faster. So you tell me all that. That sounds really good, right? Let's see if it's good because it sounds really good. At the same time, we, of course, don't want to neglect the defensive side. Defenders will focus more on man marking with defending counterattacks. And then they got to change about right mid and left mid players with the winger balance role can go back a little deeper, which, I don't love. But look, overall, guys, this patch is looking really, really promising. Hopefully it delivers tomorrow. We are going to see. But I just want to go through this again because there's huge changes happening tomorrow. We're going to be seeing an increase in pace with the ball against the defender. We're going to be seeing reduced AI defending, reduced AI interceptions. We're going to be seeing shooting in the box be better. And we're going to be seeing, keepers getting buffed at a certain angle. And we're going to be seeing better attacking AI. We will see because EA earlier in the year, they said they were increasing attacking AI. I didn't really see that, right? We didn't really find that in this game. Let's see what happens. Until tomorrow, we will see then. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.